Hey, this is Dave with Dave Friedman Real Estate at Remax. I appreciate you coming back to our real estate blog and just wanted to introduce you today to Mark Allen. He is the flood insurance expert in our market here. And so we just wanted to talk to him a little bit today about the changes in flood insurance. Everybody's calling with numerous questions about all the changes and how it's going to affect them, how it's going to affect the value of their home and their home search when they're looking for a new home. And so thanks a lot for coming out today, Mark.
Certainly, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. One big question that people have on the buying side is if I'm a buyer, can I assume the flood policy for the home that I'm looking to purchase? And what's the answer to that?
It's a great question. Actually, you can assume the policy. Obviously, you want to be able to, if you do assume it, you want to actually get a flood elevation certificate because when the policy renews, you will have to have it rated based off of that anyways.
Well, good. A lot of current homeowners have been calling me too and curious to know if they should sell their home in light of the situation. And so they're asking, how do I know if my flood policy is going to increase and how much is it going to increase by?
That's another great question. We get that all the time. If you have a flood elevation certificate, actually, we can tell you exactly how much the flood policy will be. You just have to call us to find that information out.
And is it possible to get a previous flood elevation certificate?
Certainly, you can actually get those depending on when the home was built and whether the previous or the current owners of the property actually got one or not.
One thing a lot of people want to know is what are the different flood zones and what do they mean? Is it a higher risk level or what is that?
Exactly. It depends on the risk of the property where it's located. So there's an X zone, which means you're not in the flood area. There's AE, which means you're in a flood area, but it's not as high of a risk as some others. And then you're in the VE flood area, which means they expect wave impact on your home at some point.
Got it. Okay, so that's the area where you can assume the most amount of risk and
Right. And you're going to pay the most.
you're going to pay the most too.
Right. So
Um,
obviously your islands, things of that nature, are
sure.
usually in it. There's some areas of other areas of Charleston here that are in it too,
Okay.
not just the islands.
Okay. And all this talk about elevation certificates, when do I actually need to get an elevation certificate?
Well, certainly if you're buying a property that's in a flood zone, you have to get one. That's the only way we can rate a property now is if we have one on file.
And if people are questioning whether a home's in a flood zone or not, can they just give you a call?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
It
perfect.
takes just a couple minutes to find that answer out.
Okay. And part of the new act is that policies are going to start to increase by 25% a year. Can you tell us more about that too?
Certainly, it's actually if you have a what they call a pre-firm policy or something you got to where you did not have your property rated with a flood elevation certificate, then you're subject to the 25% increase. And it's 25% per year until FEMA feels like it's enough.
Okay, so there's
So
not,
it's open-ended.
it's open-ended.
Right.
Okay, great. All right, well, thanks a lot, Mark. I think you answered most of the questions that I hear from my clients, and I'm sure your phones are ringing off the hook from your clients asking all the same amount of questions. So um, thanks a lot for watching. This is Dave Friedman again with Mark Allen, and he's our Charleston flood insurance and insurance expert. And if you need anything answered by him, you can reach him at, what's your number, Mark?
It's 843-216-2772.
And what's your email address?
It's mark@firstcapitalins.com.
And if you need anything from me, Dave Friedman, and 843-795-7950 is my cell phone number, the best way to reach me. And of course, you can email me at dave@davefriedmanrealestate.com. Thanks a lot, and hope you have a great day.
Thank you.